To access the Alabama Virtual Library, you must go to the Wallace State home screen first, and then go to Library. The reason for this is that Wallace State has paid for you to use specific databases that they have to pay for, and the databases don't know that you have paid to use these higher level academic articles unless they know you are a student at Wallace State, and that charge has been covered by the college. So start with the Wallace State homepage, click on Library, then you'll see these quick links, and you'll click on Alabama Virtual Library, and then it takes you here, and you'll think, I'm going to click on Alabama Virtual Library again, but when you do that, it takes you right back where you started with the second click. So really the place to get into Alabama Virtual Library from this screen is here in this link in the instructions. And so that's not readily evident. Now that takes you to the page that you see if you have one of the handouts that the library has created to explain to you how to use the sources. Generally, the librarians suggest that all resources is a good place to start, and I would suggest if you have trouble finding a specific item or search term, then that might be a second choice, but I tend to go for college and university so that you don't end up with a lot of lower level articles to have to sift through. So click college and university, and then you can find whatever resources you might need. You can even narrow it down if you are looking for career resources. For English class, you'll be looking for literature and language resources. See how much that narrows it down so you can find one of these things to search in. If you're in health science, you might want to click there. So you have a lot of different resources, and these are all in that college level category because you clicked on that. Same with literature and language. So if you are researching for an English class, Gale literature is a good one. You can just click on that and you can do a search for whatever work of literature you are studying. If you are in English 101, you may be looking for career resources, or you might be looking for just additional resources that would require you to just stay with the all. For example, if you are looking for argumentation essay resources, you will want to look at one of the resources like in Gale, they have opposing viewpoints. And these little databases are in alphabetical order-ish, but Gale opposing viewpoints, it's not evident that it would start with the word Gale if you're just looking for opposing viewpoints. So look for that. And you will maybe have your icons in a little different place depending on how large your computer screen is. So if you're just following along with my video, it might be a little different. But here's the one I like to use for argumentation essay content. You can do a search for any of the listed topics that I have given you to choose from. And of course, they do some features which are also interesting, but I have given you a list of topics that you are required to choose from unless you have special permission to do something else. But I have to approve that before you even get started really on your research. So make sure that you have that approval before you invest a lot of time in research on a topic that I may not approve. All right, let me know if you have any questions about Gale opposing viewpoints or any of the other resources that you might use. Specifically for the argumentation essay, you might also use, there is one called Points of View Reference Center. That's another good one. So I had to scroll down a bit to find that. That's usually my second choice. And there is also one that is not on Alabama Virtual Library that's called procon.org. that you can just open a tab and type in Procon and it will probably come up. Procon.org. So that's another good website that I will let you use. But make sure that you choose one of the topics from the list I have given you on Blackboard. There are many, many, many topics on all of these databases or websites, so don't just start randomly choosing. Make sure you are doing one that's on the list provided.